morning, you guys. In this video, we're going to talk about boxing footwork. Now, it's one thing to know all the moves and techniques of boxing footwork. How to move forward, move in on your opponent, how to retreat, how to move side to side, how to create angles. And it's another thing to have the capacity, the speed, and the endurance to execute. And that's another whole thing altogether. You can know all the moves, like all the moves of chess, but to be able to get out there and play effectively really takes some focus, training, and dedication. So in this video, we're gonna go over my top 8 ways to really enhance your boxing capacity, speed, stamina, and endurance. All right, let's get into it. Now, one of my favorite drills, favorite approaches has always been to focus on footwork by itself. Really give myself sometimes maybe 3 to 5 rounds, or what I actually used to do is 15 minutes straight. 15 minutes straight of just working on footwork, no punching, maybe some head movement in there because it kind of works with the balance of the footwork. And this does a couple things. First, it allows you to focus on just your feet, focus on your balance, focus on what your feet are doing so that you can get the most out of them. And the second thing that it does is allows you to relax your upper body. And when you can relax your upper body, you can start to get a feel for how relaxed you should be when you're working on movements that aren't necessarily essential in the moment. And that's even going to come down to your punching and your defense and head movement, how you want to do these things relaxed and really only execute with the minimal amount of effort, although still with maximum speed. So you're going to find as you work on your footwork just on its own and leave your upper body, you try to relax that upper body carriage as if you were being paid to preserve as much upper body energy as you can. And that means staying loose, staying relaxed, and really just focusing on your feet 10 to 15 minutes straight. This is number 1, my top way to improve your footwork and really focus on it. All right, so the next most important one is to be able to move with your hands and feet together. This means being able to move forward with the double jab, being able to retreat while punching, being able to get to that opponent with your hands working so that you can move and punch your way in, not just the transitions. Transitions are important, and to be able to get away from your opponent, to be able to get to the spot you need to be, but you also need to be able to throw those hands while you're moving and while you're launching your attack. Not just going forward, but also retreating so that you can get away and hit while you're moving away. Sometimes, you know, the best counter, the best situation is to be able to throw while the opponent's coming in. Especially if they're good at in and out movement, you might have to catch them with that timing. So working with putting your hands and your feet together and working those and focusing on those drills, one of the most important ways to improve your footwork. Just finished up a bike ride. Not very long, maybe like 20K. Just something to tune up the system. And a lot of you have been asking about these gloves that I use. They're actually mechanics gloves. They've got padding on the bottom and rubber on the cover. I really like them. Kind of feels almost like a wrap, not as good as a wrap, but it gives you that kind of feeling. And if you're looking for some gloves to shadow box with, all-purpose work, maybe even hitting a double M bag. They're not bad, they're not bad. You can probably find something like that on Amazon, but they're nothing special for boxing or anything like that, but pretty cool in terms of just all around a nice solid feel to have a glove. And then I use them for cycling too. The next most important element to improving your footwork is to work on your speed and agility. Some of my favorite exercises for this are shuttle runs, ladder drills, stairs, burpees, sprints, anything to get your body moving at the fastest and quickest possible pace. You're enhancing the motor skills of those types of movements and also improving your recovery, just getting your body used to that quick, fast twitch explosiveness. what I used to do is 10 sets of 100-meter sprints. Then I'd do about 4 to 6 sets of shuttle runs. I'd always get in my 100 burpees, and stairs might be an option that day, or the stairs might replace the sprints. So make sure to work your overall capacity, because footwork is not just about the movements and going forward and backward. It's about how quickly you can stop and start, and how quickly you can get from point A to point B. And working your sprints and having a speed day is very important. And if you're getting closer to fight time, let's say like 4 to 6 weeks out, then probably you're going to push that up to 2 days a week of working on pure speed, in addition to all the speed you're doing in your boxing. Now, one of the most overlooked aspects of training for boxing is balance and stability. With balance drills, you increase your proprioception and your efficiency. This makes it so you don't get tired as quick when moving. You're more stable in your position, more balanced, use up less energy. Over the rounds, this means more speed and more power. Now, there's only a couple drills you really need to do. I cover some of these in my older leg conditioning videos. A 1-leg balance drill, and then ideally you get to the point where you do it with your eyes closed. Okay, hold that for 1 minute each leg. Then you can go into a squat, work that, hold that for about a minute, and then do a lunge each side and hold that for a minute. This also allows you to relax the muscle, the reflex, the protective reflex of the muscle relaxes and allows you to fire quicker and more explosively. It's one thing that martial arts, traditional martial arts, have done for years, and boxing should incorporate more, is like a stance training. Working these kind of balance drills, if you can do this almost every day, in 2 weeks, you're gonna notice a big difference in your speed, your footwork, your endurance, your stamina, and your power. One of the next aspects of boxing footwork and explosiveness in boxing overall that's really important is plyometrics. Now, you can do a lot of different types of plyometrics. There are all kinds, but it's something that a lot of boxers are not doing, or it can be overdone. And the reason why this is important is because you can get a lot of bang for your buck with just a little bit. When it comes to plyometrics, it's more quality over quantity. The best plyometric you can do is the depth jump. The depth jump is putting shock right on the calves, right on the lower body, and is training your calves and your body to explode outward, giving you, working the stretch shortening cycle of the muscle, giving you that explosiveness. Even if you just did the depth jump and forgot all other plyometrics, you would get a huge benefit in terms of starting speed, in terms of explosiveness, in terms of reaction and agility. And it doesn't even really take much work. So here's how you're gonna do it. So all you need is a height about, let's say to start, we don't need to get too crazy, close to a foot. It could be even 8 inches to just over a foot. Again, with these plyometrics, with the depth jump, especially in the beginning, less is more. And you get up to the little platform, wherever you're on a box, or you're on a step, or you're on some kind of ledge that's about a foot off the ground. And all you're gonna do is fall off. As soon as you hit the ground, you can let your feet and legs absorb for like a split second, the shortest possible time, and you're gonna explode and jump straight upward. Now, when working plyometrics, again, like I was saying before, it's quality over quantity. So you would do, let's say, 12 to 15 individual jumps, 30 seconds, 40 seconds between each jump. You can even rest upwards of a minute, and that will be your set for the day. And then 2 or 3 days later, go again. So let's say that twice a week, 12 to 15 jumps, 30 to 40 seconds between jumps. And once you get it down, you're gonna get a lot out of this. And so plyometrics, adding plyometrics to your routine is an excellent way to increase your explosiveness and improve your footwork overall. the end of the video, you guys. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know, all that kind of stuff. The last aspect of working on your footwork is to work on the scenarios that you'll be doing or planning on doing in your sparring and in your fights, your tactics. So if you plan on shifting to the left, or shifting right, or getting in and out, work on that footwork. Your coach gives you a new combo, someone gives you a new situation. If you haven't practiced or rehearsed, or you're not ready for that situation, being up against the ropes, being in the corner, somebody cuts an angle on you, if you're not ready for it, you're not really sure what to do. So make sure you work through all kinds of different scenarios. Practice the specifics with your feet. This is gonna make sure that not only do you have the skills and techniques, not only do you have the capacity from all the other drills, but you're ready for the exact situation. So your timing and your connectivity and your sequencing can be fast and on point. I know somebody out there is gonna ask, how heavy is this bag? It's 50 pounds, it's a light one. All right, you guys, I hope you liked the video. Hope you can get a lot of information in there for improving your footwork, not just techniques, but training and capacity, how to execute at a higher level. And again, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.